I, all right. I know, right? I know, right? All right. Welcome to the Mad Hatters. I am your host, Queen Alexis, in my relaxed luxuriousness. Yes. And I'm here tonight. It's just us two tonight. I'm here with my boy. You know who. You know who. You know who. Give it up for Devontae Davis.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
What's good? What's
Well,
good?
matter
What's
of fact, I'm gonna do it.
happening?
I'm gonna send a shout out specifically to you. Hey, you doing, everybody? It's Queen Alexa.
Bye.
You need
I
some of
don't
that
know where
tea.
this was at, baby. I don't know what's
You
going
need
on here.
you need to hit that ginger root. You know how black people have
Baby.
some kind of root.
Look,
You need
look, why
that in your
I
life.
think while you doing your entertainment segment, I'm gonna go get me some tea, okay?
Get you
Yo,
some
and
tea.
some whole tea, a whole tea, boo. Yo, man, we are here. We are back for this week. This week we are talking about our minority representation that's in government. And can we rely on them to think about their own community, or are they following the same agenda? So y'all leave y'all comments up in here on what y'all think, because I feel like it kind of go hand in hand. Why most of our millennials and Gen Zs is like, what's the use of voting? So let's get into that. But before we do so, I have a quick
Yeah.
announcement. Right quick. Let me get to it. Pull it up right now. There is, for all of my wonderful, amazing people, artists, stylists, hairstylists, barbers, and everything, or you just like to support people in the beauty industry on April 2nd and 3rd. On April 2nd and 3rd at the Hilton Suites, there will be a blue weekend. Blue acronym is beauty. Let me get the Beauty League of Unlimited Education Expo Weekend, April 2nd and 3rd, 2022, at the Hilton Suites on 10 located at 10 Drury Lane on in Oak Brook, Illinois. That is 2 days, 2 days of vending, small business, black owned vending, and also you have a day of classes, fantasy hair competitions, and everything. So, what you need to do is get in contact with on Facebook. Her name is Talitha Wallace. Talitha Wallace, spelled Taleatha Wallace, and she will give you the link to get your tickets. Tickets are available now. Hurry up! They going real fast. So, and this is something that you really do not want to miss at all. It is beautiful. Devontae, you should go out there and see them hair competitions. Oh my God. And this year they're doing like sci-fi thing. Oh my God. Like even the haircuts is whoa.
You know I'm down.
The haircut. You know, okay, you know the gumpy, the box fade and everything. You make that sci-fi and you see stuff like a whole
Ooh, see,
galaxy
that sounds
coming.
the hood and the nerd of me together.
Yes. Yes, so make sure y'all get in touch with Talitha Wallace. She'll send y'all the link, or she'll have it on her page, the link for the tickets. So y'all can come in. It's going to
Are
be
you there? I feel like
amazing.
a blue.
Huh? Devontae, what you saying?
Oh, nothing. Go right ahead.
Yeah, it's going to be super duper dope. And it's going to be 2 day vendors for those both of those days. all day, all night. I have participated in it. This year I'm not going to be able to do so, but I have participated in it and it is whoo, yeah. It's like a mall that don't close for 2 days.
That's crazy.
But it is amazing and it's all small venues, small businesses, black owned businesses. You got everything up in there, everything from skincare to clothes, shoes, bags, hats, massages, jewelry, food. Everybody is on one floor, just on one floor. You got your food court and your shops on one floor of everybody there. And y'all need to get y'all tickets. The shopping is free. You can just come up there and shop there for free. The address is, I'm putting it up in the chat right now. The address is 10 South Drury Lane. Hold on. Um, up in Oak Brook, Illinois. So make sure y'all get y'all tickets to see the classes. April 2nd will be that night. They're gonna have a grown and sexy party. Yeah, with live band and everything, just everything. It's gonna be dope. So y'all make sure y'all get y'all tickets for that. It's coming up next Saturday, so y'all can enjoy yourself. Okay, enjoy it. So, with that being said, yo, Devontae, what's going on in entertainment? Well, I go get this tea, so I won't sound like
Get your
Smokey right
tea.
now.
You're definitely sounding a little rough, like you've been hitting the pack of
Shut
lead
up.
for a couple of years.
Oh, shut up. Have fun. You got about 5 minutes.
5 minutes, that's a long time. All right, y'all. Currently, we have over 30,000 people that have signed a petition to remove Kanye West from Coachella. Now, I fuck with Kanye. I think that's mad disrespectful that they try to get him removed. Tory Lane launched his own private petition to defend West, basically saying that we need to protect that brother. Somehow that gives me the creepy R. Kelly defending Michael Jackson vibe. Like, ain't that the same nigga that shot Megan Thee Stallion? So having a crazy nigga protecting another crazy nigga might not be a good look. In other news, if y'all have not seen or heard, the funniest thing ever is the Twitter beef that is going on with Pusha T and McDonald's. Arby's paid this nigga to make a diss song against a McDonald's fish sandwich, and I thought that was the smartest thing in the world. Like, if we didn't think that they was paying niggas to eat that Popeyes chicken sandwich, we know now officially that these companies are paying influencers and paying hip hop people to eat their shit, to go with their flow. And man, I thought it was super smart. I thought it was super funny. And the fact that it's like trending on Twitter so heavily is like just insane. I mean, it's the dopest shit ever. Next up, what else is going on? Mary, and BB and CC Winans are going on a versus battle. So all you Christians out there that didn't want to mess with verses, now is your time. They about to snap and bring the Holy Ghost into the building because that's gonna be insane. It's gonna be White Diamonds perfume and big old hats everywhere, y'all. It's gonna be lit. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I'm chilling right now, drinking my little Cavassier. In the chats, please let me know who y'all think some of the slimiest, greasiest R&B singers in hip hop are. Top of my list is Genuine. Not gonna lie, this dude is like 70 and he still has baby hair. Think it's a little creepy. Um, Tyrese, he kind of gives me a greasy baby oil kind of vibe. Maybe Joe. But what y'all think? I would love to know what you guys think. Some of the greasiest, corniest, cheesiest cats in R&B right now. Write in the chat. Let me know what you think. Other than that, I'm gonna sip my drink and wait for the homegirl to come back. Try to see what she on. Hopefully, she don't come back sounding like Kermit the Frog.
Shut
There
up.
you are.
Shut up.
Well, hi.
How you doing? How are you?
I'm good. Oh, let sip your tea, baby.
I do not like you. I do not like you.
You sip you have your tea. I got mine. You know.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so you ready for this
Mm-hmm.
conversation?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, getting things started, getting kicking stuff off. We are discussing, if you're just tuning in, tonight we're discussing whether or not having minority representation in our government industry, our government and our judicial system, our governmental system, as far as holding governmental and judicial positions, does it really help our community? Is it just, oh, we should be appreciative of just having a face in the seat, or should we hold them accountable to to making sure that we have them help improve our community? Yeah,
Mm. That's the deep one.
that's a deep one. Yeah. Um, Me and Devontae was talking this weekend about it and what was going on. I was telling him, informing him about. Well, we was discussing the hearings for Judge Ketanji. Don't mess up her name, Ketanji Brown Jackson, and
Mesothelioma.
and I was discussing with him the questionings and stuff that was like kind of trigger questions. Something that has nothing to do with her skill set as far as being a judge. She has been a judge for quite some time and very qualified to be a Supreme Court justice. Um, do I think she's gonna get it? I hope so. Them questions, in my opinion, Devontae, no, I've been cussing all week. That's why I sound like a frog today. I've been cussing all week and everything because honestly, I feel like if these are cases that she will be able, yeah, she'll be able to rule over. But the way these questions was going was trying to catch her up to see if, she had some type of bias, of course, or trying to get was like steered in the ways of Republican thinking because it was the Republicans that was asking these dumbass questions. Like for example, Senator Blackwell talking about, can you define what a woman is when it's dealing with cases of transgender? And I think she answered it correctly. I'm not a biologist. I can't sit up here and be like, oh yeah, sure. You don't think so?
Listen here. I'm gonna tell you like this. If there was anybody that I would ever want to commit a crime with, that's the lady I want to do a crime with. Because I know I'm getting the fuck off.
Why?
Because she was
Why?
skating through them motherfucking questions, bobbing and weaving, jabbing them niggas back. Yo, it's a beautiful thing to see, man.
It
Like,
was. It
like,
was. She handled herself with class,
oh my
even
god.
though her
Even
face, baby.
even homeboy from Chicago, Dick Durbin was like, damn, bro, why don't you chill? Let us speak. You feel me? Like, yo, that shit was hilarious.
It was. They was very, very rude and saying that she's a black woman, not only a black woman that's up for a seat for Supreme Court justice, but not only that, you got to see how huge that is to have a black woman that is rocking sister locks in the Supreme
You
Court.
know, but see, it's like a blessing and a curse. You know, a lot of that I mean, it leads to the greater question of, which is the topic of the show. You know, do we have a responsibility to our culture once we get in these positions? Now, from a government, right, from an American standpoint, you have to demonstrate that you can be non-biased, right, and you have to
Hmm.
show that your personal beliefs are not going to be impacted, especially if that in that chair you affecting the whole country. You know what I'm saying? But at the same
Hmm.
time, I get a sense of pride knowing that they was attacking her for doing the right thing and being responsible to the people and putting her money where her mouth is and being active in her community and demonstrating that she was pro-black. Yeah, she was a
Hmm.
prosecutor, but it came
Hmm.
out that she was seemingly relatively consistently trying to put people on the lower end and not have motherfuckers in prison forever, right? Which is
Yeah.
very, very different from what we're accustomed to, right? So from my end, on the black hand side, it's like she feels like a breath of fresh air to me.
She is. She is. I agree. She is. I'm very happy for having her as this nominee and going through this. I'm praying her strength in the Lord because, baby, they was asking them questions, and y'all got to understand. For all of my wonderful people that are not of African descent, you got to understand this. We communicate. Black people communicate verbally and non-verbally.
Yeah,
She
for
was
sure.
answering verbally very well, but what she was saying
That body
non-verbally,
language, though, yeah.
her face, baby.
The facial expressions,
Child,
though, yeah,
when
yeah.
I tell you I was screaming and hollering and like yelling at the TV like I'm coaching a football game. I'm like, you can't say that, can't say that, girl. You can't say that. Especially as black women. We baby, these here eyes tell whole books. We oh baby. You want to get cussed out by a black woman now verbally, baby?
Yeah, look at her eyes. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, she was throwing some looks, and it was mad funny. But she was saying all the right, like she hit all the points. Like I give you a great
Mhm.
example when Ted Cruz was like, "Do you support a book that tells
That's
babies that they
racist.
born racist and all that?" Yeah, and she gave him this look like, "Nigga," you know what I mean? Like the look said it all. But
It's
then she
like
said
I said, you can't say
something along
that.
the
You can't
lines
say
of,
it. I know, but you can't say it though.
right. But then she turned around and
But
she
yeah,
said something real like, "Well, thank you for answering that question, and let me go on to explain." I was like, "Wow, sis, work that motherfucker." You know what I mean? Like she
please.
bounced it back on it real good.
Especially this way. You see the looks and you also see she gotta take a breath. Gotta take a breath and go. The pauses, the graceful pause.
Yes,
That's the
yes,
fuck you smile, just for case people don't know. This is the fuck you smile. Hmm.
yeah. She threw a lot of them.
She
Oh yeah,
pulled a lot of them. But I give it to her. But it comes up into our subject for today. Because what we're accustomed to when it comes to the government officials and judicial officials, um, majority of them are white, majority of them are biased and racial and racist as hell. So I find it interesting. This is my opinion. I find it interesting that they can be biased and they can be racist and everything, but you want to test whether minorities are as well. And
oh
if they
yeah.
are biased, can you be able to turn them into your bias? Yeah, follow your agenda. Because that's what it feels like. We get excited and we get happy about, oh, we're going to have uh, a black judge, a black um, vice president, black female vice president. Well, she's right now just being cute. Hmm.
Look, don't give me that because I'll start shaking face. Look, she been Indian for 50 years and now she black. And then when they got the job, she disappeared. Man, I don't never hear none of her policies or see nothing from her. I've been saying
Nothing,
that. So
nothing,
I'm
nothing.
waiting. I
That's
heard more
bullshit.
from Michelle. Then I heard from her. So I'm just saying we need that black half to come out like a lion, like wow, wow. We need that to happen. Okay.
Okay. Um, or we have, circuit court. Ooh, we getting a new attorney general, that's black, and we see where that went. That take us. For example, we still ain't got justice for Breonna Taylor, and the attorney general was black, but
Right. But
dismissed the case as if it didn't matter. So it's following the
and
same
that's
agenda
yeah.
as usual.
It's that whole, I'm not black, I'm blue kind of bullshit. Um, Even back in slavery, once you made it to the house, to the big house, your head got big, you in there with massa, you feel like you're above the tribe. You feel like you better than the field cats, and it's kind of the same thing, man. Being a brother in Chicago, I see black cops that'll break the law and be more offensive and more harsh towards other blacks than even white people are. You know, under the I'll never forget, it's a cop right here in Chicago. I can't think of that motherfucker. JD. Still to this
Mm-mm.
day, man, fuck you, dude. Fuck you, JD. You know what I'm
Ooh.
saying? He an old school cop, and I said it, fuck him. He an old nigga,
Mm-hmm.
but he was one of them guys, real mean, real everything. He was real mean. He type of motherfucker that'll make you mad and you going out here to have a good time, and here he come.
Mm-hmm.
Just that's how terrible he was at public service. But he's a veteran cop in the black community. So he didn't have any qualms about beating you up, arresting you, taking your shit. He didn't think about it. It didn't even bother him.
So
You know?
that's what brings up our concern, because it's disheartening when you go, well, when we hear you don't like what's things going on and everything in your community, in your city, in your state, in your country, you go vote. And you go, yay, okay, cool. We got some representation coming up in on this ballot, and then find out they following the same agenda. It's
Okay.
disheartening that I have to fear my same skin folk of doing the same harmful and damaging things while they're in office than the ones that's not my skin folk. That is just, and it don't make us feel like we got to hurry up. Oh yeah, we have that confidence that our vote matter at
Right.
all.
Right.
I mean, some of our aldermen,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there's many that left us in the dust.
they
It's a
got
lot.
and show up every year for re-election. Every time
Well,
it's
I
for
tell you what,
re-election, here they go with their pictures,
that
and
is
nothing
where
has changed.
I'm gonna keep it a bug. That's where I feel like the streets have always been the leaders. The ground has always been the forefront of these battles. In
Hmm.
hip hop, you have always heard people say, "Yeah, I made my money, but I stayed in the neighborhood." A lot of them do ultimately leave, but it's not because they was ran off, or because they felt unsafe. It's because you want to progress in your life. You feel
Hmm.
me? Which is totally different from getting a good job and getting away from your people. Now you up here in Skokie somewhere, you feel me? Because you don't want to be around us no more. You was a secretary, 103rd was good enough. Now you can't stomach the sight.
Yeah.
And it's a lot
Well,
of us that really had that. Moving up don't always mean moving out.
it don't. It really don't. It really don't mean that. And man, but what can we do? Because this been going on for decades. We got aldermen, we got our mayor. You want to know? I'm so disappointed with our mayor, because simply I was very hopeful. Oh, even though she looked like a little gremlin, yes, she do. But that is a
Man,
black woman, and that is our first black female mayor in Chicago. Woo! Great.
man, I
So
heard she a
things
stone
will
for bag of
change,
tights. Quit playing.
huh? What'd you say?
You know she a stone from Motown, right? Quit playing.
Stop it.
She one of the moles. Got the Get Money taper, that little West Side taper, and everything. Quit playing.
But even with that, I was like, yo, I hate you. That's it. Even with that, I was like, yo,
She got
okay.
the old Bernie Mac.
When she came on the scene, when we started hearing about her and we seeing her work, I'm like, great. She in the trenches. She know how this is. She gonna bring some change. She ain't been sitting up on Capitol Hill and everything looking down and is clueless. She in the trenches and then found out same agenda.
Man, hell no. First of all, but see, that's where, okay, I was never fooled. First, to keep it formal, me personally, I voted for Frankenstein. I voted for Pratt Winkle. You feel me? Because I felt like she was a better fit for the city. She a little robotic, a little, Igor-ish,
You
as
ain't
far as,
right.
how
Oh.
some people just don't have that kind of, like, like, her personality doesn't pop on camera. It's very monotone and kind of flat. It's kind of robotic. That's why
Mm-hmm.
it's affectionate, but that's why I say that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I ain't never trust Lori on the Miss Lightfoot, Mayor Lightfoot on the strength of I felt that she was running under a. I felt that her campaign was managed in a way where her blackness was almost pushed to the side in order to
Mm-hmm.
attract white liberals on the north side, right? So the being the black candidate was one aspect, but being this very open lesbian, right, that lives in Edgewater, it plays into a demographic, a large demographic of the city, which is these on the surface very liberal kumbaya motherfuckers, and if we know anything about Chicago, them same kumbaya motherfuckers don't want you in the office with them.
At all.
You'll be in the mail room, but you ain't gonna be in the office. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's just why I didn't vote for it. You feel me? So when all this shit started popping off, um, I kind of believed it. I think a lot of that shit she was getting railroaded by though, to a certain
Mm-hmm.
extent. Poor timing as far as the riots and the coronavirus and all that, it just landed on her watch.
Mm-hmm.
So to be fair, a lot of overwhelming shit just so happened to land on her. But yeah, when you got footage of a nigga getting killed in the middle of the street and you hide it, or when you got footage of 10 cops surrounding this butt naked woman in our house and you hide it, you not for black
That
people anymore.
thank you. Thank you. It's that right there.
We see
It's
you.
like
You feel me?
it make you look at her like, really? Why? Who are you protecting? The civilians
And
or
that's it.
these pensions? What is this? That is just I don't know who convinced her to make that call or if that was on her own. But no, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. And that's what makes me feel like, man, I voted for you and you tricked us. We have been tricked, bamboozled. You ain't for us. You ain't for us. Fuck us. Fuck our safety. Um, fuck our lives. And you our own skin folk. Some of these, man, I mean, even
Yeah.
school officials. Our past CPS president just don't give a fuck. Just okay, we need to just make this money in the middle of a pandemic where the numbers was hella high and kids was being affected. Oh, we need to bring them back to the classroom, knowing damn well they not gonna social distance. So and
Right.
what they put together was like that ain't bulletproof. Like pretty much, this ain't bulletproof. But you going for the money and you don't give a damn about the safety of our children. Same ones, how many people that was up there before her being in to the president and everything, how many other presidents and we had black school officials that was underneath the president, and we constantly having these strikes. We constantly we constantly losing our schools and our neighborhoods, and and our kids got to worry about their safety going to the next school because it's a gang violent neighborhood that they got to cross through those just to go to school.
Right.
How about just talk
That's
about why ain't no damn school buses for everybody?
right. See, you feel me? Like my issue is this: as much money as we spend on uh gang units, gang tactical, gang information, gang this, gang that, you know, it still seems like uh but the activist brother Jamal, what's his name? The black dude Jamal with the glasses. I think it's Jamal White. I can't think
From
his name
here,
right now. Yeah, he from here, born and raised. Look, he hit it right on the head. He said it don't make no difference whether you put more boots on the ground or not. If you're not handling the problems that cause these things to occur, then you just bullshit. You know, and I'm paraphrasing, but it's accurate. You know, it
wait,
doesn't matter how
wait,
many cops they put out there.
you just broke up when you said that. Repeat that.
I'm just saying that it don't matter how many boots you put on the ground if you're not spending the money to figure out how to correct the issues that are creating the problems. And you're just pouring money into treatment instead of prevention and really getting to the root of the causes.
Hmm.
You feel me?
You bullshitting. You bullshitting.
You know.
So who do we trust? Who can we trust to actually help us better our communities, better our situation and everything?
Hmm.
And I, I, from generations above, like that's over me, Gen X and the boomers and everything.
Jamal Green. That's his name. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Jamal
Jamal
Green.
Green. That brother. He real
Um,
smart, man. Y'all should follow
to hear, well, you just need to vote. You just need to vote. Well, we've been voting. And then we get the same thing. Well, then you need to let them know what's going on. Why, when they build their campaign, coming up to this, coming up to getting elected or reelected and everything in that office, off of being very aware of our community's ills, our social ills, our systemic ills and everything, how we feel, how we interacting with the police, how we interacting with the violence in our community. That's what you build your campaign on. Just for you to grab to get the office and do the opposite. Where I'm at over here in the hundreds, like build it, and don't get me wrong, okay? A Ninth Ward alderman, he built up a Walmart on 109th and Doty.
it. That's good. That's dope.
Majority of us that majority of us need one in our community. Not even a Walmart, just a fresh food store.
Right. No, I agree with
Just
that.
in our community where I'm staying at, we used to have one. The building's still up there. Can
Mm.
we open it up with something else so we can not have to drive all the way over there or have to go all the way into the suburbs in order to do so to get some fresh food or fresh produce and everything? We got one right here that can create, if you open this up, you can create more jobs in the community, this community. And he's like, not our bill, not my problem. Oh,
Mm.
we're about to open up the Pullman Monument building that's on 111 in Cottage.
Okay.
It's just a big building that they're going to use as a statue. What is it bringing to the community?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Because it's right across. And then you got it sitting on the prettier side of 111. Because if you go from away from Cottage, whoo,
Okay.
good, okay?
I feel
What are
you.
you doing for Gwendolyn Brooks? Right now they up to get closed again.
Mm.
What about programs for that neighborhood? This is still your ward. It's a lot of stuff going on. You see what's going on. You see down Roseland, there is a bunch of vacant buildings. What we gonna do
Mhm.
with them? Hell, we got a lot of black-owned businesses and people that's trying to get trying to have a business. Can you open it up? Open up a forum so we can find out the information just to get back in those buildings, so it won't be looking like a crackhead neighborhood going down Roseland. Okay,
Right. Right.
something Roseland Hospital.
I mean, I look. I ain't gonna lie to you, Queen. I'm very, very guilty. Unfortunately, like a lot of other people here, when I hear Roseland, my ears cut off. I go, "Oh, you way over there. You should know better." You know what I'm talking about? Like I don't even fuck with it. You know?
But that's the thing. That's the thing. Over here in Roseland, that wasn't already always our history. And our alderman has been here long enough. Has been not even if not in office, but also growing up here in this neighborhood, in the Roseland neighborhood, to be able to see it in its glory. Don't you want that back? Don't you want that pride back? No. Our hospitals. Oh my God. Some of our hospitals, not just up in the ninth ward, but any ward. It's just everybody have their hospital that you know you should not go there. You
Right.
will die there.
Mm.
Have you had any more meetings with them? Instead of just dumping money into their company and watch them do absolutely nothing to improve the policies or the standards or even the beautification of the hospital, the how they handle patients, different patients and everything. What is needed? Pharmacy. What is needed? We don't have pharmacies in our community that much. We
Mm.
have pretty much we're going to get our medicine, we go to Walmart or we go to Jewels. How
Mm.
about having pharmacies right here that's connected to those hospitals? And
They don't have a pharmacy in the building.
not
Never
really,
in
but
life had a pharmacy connected in the building somewhere. Like you go downstairs, there's a pharmacy in there.
you talking about
Wow, that's
Rosen?
crazy. That's so I know not to get sick on 111th and nothing.
You're dead. You're dead.
Fuck.
But these are issues that a lot of people
Fuck.
is acting like that our city officials don't know about. They do. They do know about it. And it's one thing you have a press conference and still nothing is being done. More of our pastors, and I'm grateful for that, neighborhood pastors are doing more, and principals up in the schools in our neighborhoods are doing more than our city officials. It's
Mm.
disheartening when you see a black face on a campaign flyer and automatically you go, I don't know about this. Instead of going, yeah, automatically, yeah. I swear there's this one brother for years when I tell you every election year you see his campaign stuff. We known him as Noonie.
Mm.
When I tell you I saw him going to politics and government and we like elect me for your alderman, elect me for your city official and everything. I looked and I was like, because I knew his campaign is gonna be run by the same way he used to run around up in these streets.
Mm.
That's sad.
I mean, okay, I put it to you like this. Did you ever used to watch The Shy?
Mm-hmm.
Remember Duda?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like, man, like maybe, we get enough crooked, criminal ass politicians here. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we need a couple black thugs to get in here because I feel like they know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And they're not going to take no for an answer or turn pussy when they get a little pressure on them. You know what I'm saying?
I hope.
We hope.
I
Right.
hope.
Right. You know
Because
what I'm saying?
that be I'm with you on that, but at the same time, you get into these official, these city officials, government official positions, and you see that money, and you see you got to compare my paycheck, my salary versus my standards.
I
And
mean,
if
but they
that
ain't really
salary
cash it out like that though either. You feel me? Like,
to some of these folks, it does. To
nah.
some of
I
these
mean, you.
folks, they see that money and they get amnesia on shit. But like, I thought you was hip. I thought you was for such and such and for against the gun violence and everything in our community and the gang violence in our community because you know how it is. You want to stop that and everything. What happened?
Right.
Why you
Right.
ain't doing nothing about that? What is going on? So brings to our question: does minority representation actually matter or help our communities?
You know, honestly, that's a. I just. I feel like. I feel like it did at one point back in like the '60s and the '70s when like that fist was more than just a hand movement. It was a symbol of unity and
Mm-hmm.
power and pride within the culture. And it's like I ain't trying to be funny, but it's kind of like now we live in a world where it's every man for himself, and that universal pride that comes with just being a black skinned person or a brown skinned person, it's kind of been eroded away a little bit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so, you know, like when they had the Olympics and those guys won and they, did the fist, it was like, it was for all of us. It wasn't for
Mm-hmm.
that one or two people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like when we get in these positions, we are kind of carrying the weight of our brothers and sisters and cousins, and especially when you're talking about law enforcement, medical, education. I mean, you cannot look at yourself as a one-off, and you cannot look at your family as one group. One little family, one little house. You have to look at the whole community and look at your role and your responsibility to your community.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And I think that that's kind of been lost a little bit.
It ain't even kind of been lost. It's been lost for decades. You're right. It's pretty much one for all. No, all for one. Fuck
Right.
you.
All
Don't
for
worry about
self.
me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this paper. I'm gonna hold this position, and it's about me. And your work don't show for it. So yeah.
But now on the flip side, I think it's coming back slowly. There's been a string of people, guys like Kevin Hart, you know, what's my man, the other comedian,
Dave
Godfrey
Chappelle,
from here in
Godfrey,
Chicago.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Deion Cole, like people that are like getting on and then putting other motherfuckers on. You know what I'm saying? Like
That, yeah,
that's been a big
that,
thing here.
but also continue to bring up these issues on their platforms as well, and not just as just jokes, only just jokes, but really concern. That's all fine and dandy, but that drive and that passion should not just be for celebrities. What's the use of y'all having it and we don't?
No, I mean that's true. I agree with you 100%. Only reason why I bring the celebrity things up is because these are black people that have national influence, and they getting money and they're looking good, but more importantly, they have the influence and the power to lead others. And so
Yeah.
I feel like if you putting on right, and now you helping other people get money, now they can feed their families and elevate their family status a little bit and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Like a trickle down kind of thing. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like it's good to see that now We have like not being funny. We have way more black millionaires than probably ever in American history. We have
Yeah.
way more black representation in across the board. You know,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of entertainment. Um, so I mean, like I feel like eventually, I hope that that will trickle down and help to create a healing effect on the culture. You feel me?
Yeah, I agree. I'm just saying that's entertainment, but that same effect don't work for our judicial and our governmental. Um, for example, now with our with Judge Brown, I, Judge Jackson, her name
I'm
is
about to
Judge Brown
Judge
Jackson.
Brown.
It's just it's just Brown Jackson, Ketanji Brown Jackson. A lot of people on social media, a lot of our people is kind of leery of her and kind of like, okay, yeah, you doing your thing, you representing, but you got a white husband. So are you really for us? Do you share our struggle with a white husband? Why should that even matter?
You know what? Here's the thing, man, and I'm not even being funny. It took me a long time to personal. It took me a long personal struggle, right, to realize that number one, we are not supposed to agree with every black person that steps up. You know, we're never going to agree with 100% of what this person does or that person does. The point
Mm-hmm.
is that they accumulate, they get the bag, and bring some of that shit back home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they kick open the door and hold it open so that more of us could get in there. And
Yeah.
over time, we get to where we need to be. We get to that milk and honey, you know, that
Mm-hmm.
40 acres and that milk. But you might not like that this person is interracial dater or this person is trans or LGBT. Or you might not like that this person. I don't like the fact that this motherfucker's a prosecutor. I hate
Mm-hmm.
prosecutors, and
Yeah.
everybody we talk about is a fucking prosecutor,
Yeah. Even wasn't Kamala Harris
a
prosecutor
motherfucking
too?
prosecutor.
Yeah.
All these motherfuckers is prosecutors. Lori Lightfoot, federal prosecutor.
Mm-hmm.
Their whole job every day was locking niggas up,
Yep. Mhm.
asking for the harshest sentences they could find and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yep.
like, so it's like, that's my personal thing. Like, how can you be black and be a prosecutor and not have some type of agenda that helps course correct black people using state and federal dollars? Because you can
Mhm.
do it.
You can.
You
You
know, you don't
can.
have to send these niggas to jail. Send their ass to rehabs. Send
Mm-hmm.
their ass to drug preventions.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Send them to different programs
that will
that help
help them
better.
to get on track as opposed to
Yeah.
sending their ass to prison. You know, they have that power within their prosecutory duties. It's a discretion thing. They just choose to lock motherfuckers up and throw away the key. And a lot of what, oh boy, a lot of what the Republicans was trying to figure out, especially Ted Cruz, well, why you ain't
Mhm.
locking these niggas up and throwing away the key? Bitch, everybody don't deserve that.
Thank you.
You know, you don't know what the circumstances of each case was, so don't be putting it out there like that. You know, so it's like, I don't know, I don't mean to rant, but I just feel like we're not going to like every aspect of every black person in front of us. The thing is, they have a responsibility to lead the way, lead us to a better place, and we have a responsibility to support them on that path, and then
Mm-hmm.
they pass that torch on back, either through their kids, their family, the resources, and the things that they learn. Like, not being funny, some black child, hopefully, is going to be able to say, well, my auntie's a judge. So if you have any questions about the law, I'm going to
I can
call you to
ask
sit
her.
you down with my auntie.
Yeah.
We need more of that because that's the real power of white skin, their ability to get resources.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
You know,
You're
it ain't
right.
about being rich. Being having money is just level one, but
Mm-hmm.
having access to the resources you need to do what you want to do. Now we talking power. And
Yep.
you can't buy power.
You can't. You really can't. You really can't. So with that being said, we gonna end it here and everything. Y'all, thanks for rocking with us on tonight. We will let you know when we are coming back and everything. Man, tonight was a good topic and everything.
Yeah,
That
for
was a good
sure.
topic and stuff. So y'all stay tuned. Make sure y'all follow us on YouTube under the Mad Hatters Podcast 530. Um, Follow us on Facebook, Mad Hatters, the Mad Hatters 530. We are on Spotify. We are on iHeartRadio. We are on everything. We are just got on Google Podcasts and Pandora.
Oh, we on
Yay.
Pandora now?
Yeah.
When that
Yeah.
shit happened?
Dude, Talk Shoe Radio. Talk Shoe Radio. When we
Oh,
send
wow.
our recordings over there, that's what's going on now. So, yay.
For sure.
Super yay. I'm excited about that. So you'll be able to follow and like and subscribe us with us on all these platforms and let us know what else you want to talk about and everything. We got a couple of weeks till this season is over. So we will let you know when the next time we are coming back. I'm your host, Queen Alexis. I love y'all. Devontae, any last words?
Yeah, don't forget to write in the chats, man. Whoever you think the most greasiest niggas in R&B are, because I'm definitely doing that for a school project. And yeah, let me know. Leave it in the comments. Leave it in the chats. Whoever y'all think the slimiest, greasiest, I'll drink your bath waterist niggas in R&B. Drop their name right here in the chats. See y'all
Who,
next week.
Tank? You talking about Tank?
That's another one. But Tank
Yep.
don't give me. He doesn't give me like Joe Weasley ass with that all the things your man won't do. You know, he give me greasy, just you weasel ass nigga. You know, or like
Cause you the man that won't do shit. I'm just saying. Don't
beside
be
the point.
mad. Don't
Beside
be
the point, why this so hating ass, frail ass nigga slide up on my chick DM? I'm just
oh
saying, right? Or like another example. Let me get another example. You know, I was talking about Tyrese and them earlier. You know, like just the
Usher.
type of nigga that just seem like his hands is wet when you shake him. You shake his
Look,
hand and it just be like, ugh. You know,
look,
just get that
Usher.
vibe.
Look, Usher.
Usher, young Usher, old Usher,
Young Usher.
young Usher.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Old
I ain't
Usher
get
is
that from
old
him.
Usher.
Dang, I ain't get that from Usher. I didn't really get that from Usher too much. That wasn't. I don't know. He
We'll talk.
he seemed normal to me somehow. I don't know. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Drop that in the
All
chat,
right.
man, and we'll holler at y'all later.
All right. With that being said, love y'all, and we are out.